this station, we focus on the speech of the wise. The passage includes an introduction and 30 short teachings, observations, proverbs, and warnings. These teachings bear remarkable similarities to the instruction of Amenemope from Egypt and the family maxims of Master Zhu in Chinese tradition. All of them explore the art of living wisely and harmoniously in everyday life. Let us now enter this station and learn how to live out wisdom in our daily walk.
Have I not written for you 30 sayings of admonition and knowledge?
The structure of these 30 sayings closely resembles the instruction of Amenemope, suggesting that the author of Proverbs may have been influenced by Egyptian and broader ancient Near Eastern wisdom traditions.
The instruction of Amenemope is regarded by many scholars as a classic of Egyptian wisdom literature. It is traditionally attributed to a scribe named Amenemope from the 12th century BC who wrote 30 lessons for his son on how to live a full and virtuous life.
In this introduction, Proverbs urges the learner to practice 4 fundamentals: listen, remember, ponder, and speak, the basic disciplines by which one attains wisdom.
Do not rob the poor because they are poor, or crush the afflicted at the gate.
For the Lord pleads their cause and despoils of life of those who despoil them. In the ancient Near Eastern world, this is a remarkably progressive vision. It also offers practical instruction for young people entering the workplace. Do not be presumptuous without skill, nor arrogant toward others. Maintain a reverent fear of the Lord and show proper respect for people.
When you sit down to eat with an official, observe carefully what is before you, and put a knife to your throat if you have a big appetite.
Proverbs chapter 23, verses 1 through 9 contains many lessons on self-discipline that are highly relevant to life in the workplace. The sage reminds us that when we are in the presence of superiors or employers, we must not lose self-control because of tempting food or anything that draws our attention away from restraint. That is the mark of wisdom.
When your eyes light upon it, wealth, is gone. For suddenly it takes wings to itself, flying like an eagle toward heaven.
This vivid image cautions young professionals not to make wealth their ultimate goal. Riches are unreliable, like a bird that suddenly takes flight. Instead, the knowledge, skills, and wisdom we gain through our work and relationships are what will benefit us for a lifetime.
Do not speak in the hearing of a fool, who will only despise the wisdom of your words.
This verse teaches us to discern our audience when we speak. Some people are unwilling to be corrected or to receive sincere advice. As wise people, we must learn to recognize whom we are speaking to, lest our heartfelt words be trampled underfoot.
Do not withhold discipline from your children. If you beat them with a rod, they will not die. If you beat them with the rod, you will save their lives from Sheol.
A parent's love for their child is deeply rooted in human nature. Therefore, when children cry or resist correction, parents often find it difficult to stand firm in discipline. Yet this passage reminds parents of the importance of guiding and correcting their children while they are still young. The central message of these verses is not about physical punishment itself, but about the necessity and value of parental discipline. Though correction may feel painful in the moment, it is far better than allowing a child's future to be ruined. True love leads parents to guide their children onto the right path from an early age.
My child, if your heart is wise, my heart also will be glad. My soul will rejoice when your lips speak what is right.
The tender, joyful bond between parent and child is essential for a happy home. For parents, the hard work of raising children is deeply rewarding when they see their sons and daughters grow in wisdom and integrity. Seeing a child grow in wisdom and integrity brings the greatest comfort and joy to a parent's heart.
Do not let your heart envy sinners, but always continue in the fear of the Lord. Surely there is a future, and your hope will not be cut off.
For young people, the influence of friends and peer pressure can be a constant challenge. Even when we see the wicked prosper in the workplace, we must not let jealousy poison our hearts. Instead, maintain a reverent fear of the Lord, do your work faithfully, and hold firmly to hope for the future. Life is a long journey, and the Lord will surely reward those who remain steadfast.
Listen to your father who begot you, and do not despise your mother when she is old. Let your father and mother be glad. Let her who bore you rejoice.
Here, the sage reminds young people to honor and respect their parents. Such honor is both an expression of gratitude and an act of love. Bringing joy to our parents and allowing them to take pride in us is one of the truest ways to live out wisdom. This, in fact, is one of life's most meaningful accomplishments, honoring one's parents. Moreover, filial piety is the first commandment in the Bible that comes with a promise from God.
Do not look at wine when it is red, when it sparkles in the cup and goes down smoothly. At the last it bites like a serpent and stings like an adder.
Alcohol can dull a person's senses and bring temporary relief from worry, but it can never solve life's problems. On the contrary, it easily leads to addiction and ruin. The sage warns young people that wine, like a serpent's bite, can slowly drag a person down the path of destruction.
Do not envy the wicked, nor desire to be with them.
In this new section, the sage turns to the theme of good and evil and their ultimate outcomes. When encountering corrupt or violent people, most individuals tend to respond in one of two ways. Some choose to associate with them, but this inevitably exposes them to negative influence. Others may outwardly keep their distance while inwardly envying or admiring their lifestyle. Yet whether through compromise or resentment, both paths lead one into the influence of the wicked and eventually onto the wrong road.
By wisdom a house is built, and by understanding it is established. By knowledge the rooms are filled with all precious and pleasant riches.
In Hebrew, the word house refers not only to a physical structure, but also symbolizes a household or family. The precious and pleasant riches may include material abundance, yet they can also be understood as the noble character and achievements of family members. Wisdom enriches not only a family's possessions, but also its relationships, filling the home with kindness, goodness, integrity, and harmony.
My child, eat honey, for it is good, and the drippings of the honeycomb are sweet to your taste. Know that wisdom is such to your soul. If you find it, you will find a future, and your hope will not be cut off.
Just as honey delights the palate with sweetness, it has long symbolized what is good and pleasant. The sage urges the learner to seek wisdom in the same way, to savor it deeply, for wisdom brings sweetness and joy to the soul and leads to a hopeful future. Having wisdom is like receiving honey. It not only nourishes us, but also fills our lives with lasting blessings and hope.
Do not rejoice when your enemies fall, and do not let your heart be glad when they stumble, lest the Lord see it and be displeased and turn away his anger from them.
This verse warns us not to take pleasure in the downfall of others, whether out of anger or jealousy. God is just, and those who do evil will ultimately face his judgment. Yet if we try to take justice into our own hands, acting as though we can replace God and punish others by our own means, we risk provoking his displeasure. God values humility and trust in his righteousness over human self-righteousness.
This section of Proverbs contains 6 teachings that can be divided into 2 corresponding groups. The first and fourth focus on the courtroom. The first concerning judges. The fourth concerning witnesses. The second and fifth deal with speech and thought. The second highlights beneficial words, while the fifth warns against harmful ones. The third and sixth teachings focus on work. The third highlights a positive attitude toward work, while the sixth warns against a negative and careless approach.
Proverbs differs profoundly in worldview from other ancient Near Eastern wisdom writings, such as Egypt's instruction of Amenemope. In Proverbs, wisdom does not exalt human achievement or philosophical sophistication. It comes from a loving and faithful God. He is the creator of the world, the one who has established order and laws for all creation. Though people may strive to gain wisdom and knowledge, there will always be mysteries beyond human understanding. Even so, we are called to live lives marked by honesty, integrity, love, diligence, compassion, and mutual care. Through the wisdom of Proverbs, Christians and the broader world can engage in a meaningful dialogue, one that inspires a deeper love for life and a sincere pursuit of truth. We believe that our loving and faithful God delights to see His people share their faith so that more may experience the wonder and wisdom of His creation. May the Lord help you to share wisdom and love, becoming a blessing to others as you walk in His path of peace and grace.
Spring of Water International Ministries invites you to journey with us, giving seed to the sower and bread to the eater. For more details, please contact Spring of Water International Ministries.